Hey guys, welcome to the F2pingus channel, whereby we are just a group of casual players who test the limits of the game to its maximum and experiment things way beyond. I'm pretty sure some of you guys have seen our past videos whereby we did the Infinite UBB team for the Live Trial, and we have shown during the KOF special event whereby our good old friend Hamza made the 100% mitigation team for the whole entire fight. We will be posting more stuff onto this channel for you guys as enjoyment and stuff. Right now, I'm going to give you a summary of what we're doing. For one, we're so from here on out we will be helping all you players out there on how to clear such trials, GGCs that we're all having issues. We won't be doing Zell Knight GGC today because of one reason, is because we feel that Zell Knight's GGC would have been really too easy for all of you, because it was easier compared to Ark and Evans GGC. So I personally feel that it wouldn't be too bad. Wouldn't feel too bad about it, because it's fair enough that we all have such going on. For one, it is understandable that you guys would want us to do it. I will do it in future, probably tomorrow. It's a very high chance I will come in tomorrow to do it. If you guys have any questions, just find me on Facebook. Go to the F2pingu live the Facebook page, and we have the Brave Frontier Academy group, whereby we will help you guys out as much as we can to our fullest extent. Other than that, I would like to review on what you guys want and want me to do, because I would personally feel that it is what the players need to do and need to learn to clear their content. Okay, speaking about that, you guys can find me on Facebook also, Keyforcher. You'll usually find me with all the other people around in the whole BFA group. So please go down there and support us at the same time. In BFA, we also have roulettes at times, whereby we have a lucky draw, and if the lucky person wins, they will be awarded 18 ST. We also have such events whereby we have alliances for such battles. So please do come and support us at the same time. Other than that, today I'll be going through the concept of mainly Merlot and Karlon's review. Since they were the released units latest in the game, it's fine, but I would rather go into full in-depth into it and how they are useful to us, not to just the global players or to you guys just out there. It's mainly because I want you guys to be able to know your units well, choose your SP options well. So from then onwards, I would continue. Then again, I need to remind you, the F2pingus, most of us are free players. I admit I am not a free player. There are 7 others who have brought me this far into the game, whereby I've gained my interest to a point whereby I felt that we needed to do a stream for all you players out there. I don't know how many of you are gonna watch this, but please do give us your full support. Mainly, I thank Hamza for one, is because Hamza brought me along the way here. He's an awesome guy. I never met him face to face personally. We live kinda a state away, I would say. But then again, Hamza, thank you very much for all of this. I really thank you for making this possible and whatsoever. And to all you other guys out there, do check out the F2pingus front page, as again I'm mentioning, because we will write out and explain to you mechanics of the game and other testings that we have done in the past. Other than that, we have Tom Lee. Honestly, another guy I never met face to face with, but he has brought me far into the game. I really do admit that he has brought me far into the game. Right now, I'm not using my own account because I do not have access to certain units that I would need or have not finished up. As you can see here, the units that are shown in front of you right now, I have every one of them except certain global limited exclusives. So I apologize on that behalf that I'm not doing it on my account. When it is in the later on eras, I will show you guys my account. Right now, I am not using any. I'm using one of my friend's accounts because he has access to almost all the units. And I thank you, Kevin, for that. I really do. Because then we could prove a point. Another thing is that I would like to go into details about Merlot himself. Okay? Now, take a good... Okay. Now take a good look at Merlot. Okay? Don't look at the spheres, okay? He has decent L-give stats, which is the usual Omni evolution stats that we have over here. So it's fine. It's not a lot, but I'll deal with it because we don't care about the unit's type most of the time, because as long as you have the unit, you're set. Okay? This L-give has Lord Divinations. Later on, we will explain on how we're gonna show them Merlot's capabilities and also Kalon's abilities. Right now, what I'm showing you is the extra skills and the leader skills. These are all simple basic stuff. I'm pretty sure you guys all know this. And honestly, from how I see it, Merlot's leader skill is pretty decent. It's good for trial content in what I would say. And now we're gonna look at the SP options. Now, thing is about Merlot is that everything about his SP options is all special stuff. It's all special stuff. Other than that, he has quite a fair range of what he has, but I will go into details on more of what we can do. If you take the leader skill enhance, you get about 50% parameters boost. Okay, that's the simple basic we have. We have that for Azurai. We have that for quite a fair bit of other leads out there too. So that too much of a big deal. It's really common by use from SBB to BB. I'm pretty sure you guys should know this. Next, we have the add status removal effect. Okay, removing status ailments is not a big deal, but it's pretty decent from what we have in the game. Despite the fact that Merlot doesn't have nullify status ailments, that's fine. As long as he clears it, it's decent. All you need to do is just nullify the ailments on him and he'll just clear it all off. Now we'll move on to the next part. Adds 1 turn attack and defense reduction effect. Okay, to BB and SBB. Okay, now we're going into the topic whereby we're about to compare units. I'm going to compare Merlot with Sakura Miku. For one, Sakura Miku is pretty decent as it is. Obviously, she has the best stats down effects. But then again, that's not the reason why we're looking at both of them. We're looking at Merlot right here. Merlot has 3 different options that's based on that. One is to BB, one is to SBB, and one is to BB and SBB. You may be wondering, why do we have for BB and SBB and two separate ones for BB and SBB? Well, that's simple because each one has their own different percentages of how much stat is gonna be dropped, and I would say that's fairly decent, decent because in the end you're still gonna pull off the attack down. Merlot would have a very good combo with Ensatea. Honestly, with her 50 hit random target BB, it's pretty good. Honestly, it's really good. You bringing him along with Ensa for endless FG would be making things a lot easier on your back. Okay? Another thing I would say is that attack down is really decent because I just did a testing about 10 minutes ago and I did not realize how powerful this attack down was gonna be. I doubted it at first, but now after I did the testing, I realized he does have really good stuff on him. Okay, moving on from the stats. We have add huge boots to attack to BB and SBB. Not a big deal, you can have it if you want it, but honestly in my opinion I would take Merlot as the attack down buffer. He is so far the second best in global. That's in my opinion, that's how I feel. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys out there that have Merlot and tested it would know this by now, so it's fine. Then now we have the add huge boost to defense effect. Now that's a big deal right there because the defense boost, if I recall, should be about Magrus's level defense boost, which is about 160%. That's pretty decent, honestly. I feel that's great. He's good all around. Good trial unit, good to have, I would say. Now, moving on from Merlot, we're gonna be moving on to Carl. One thing about Carlon is that his defense is kind of paper, I would say. His art is really great. The best type I see for him would be Breaker or either Anima for this case, because you want Carlon as a nuker, nothing else. Now, then again, look at his leader skills, his extra skills. Okay, his extra skill is pretty decent. He boosts 80% to attack when his HP is full. Now that's a big amount that you have. You have certain options for Carlon. You can go with semi-nuker, you can go with full-blown nuker, you can go with whatever you want. Okay, but honestly, in my opinion, I feel Carlon should be put as a semi-nuker because of his low defense, that I feel that he needs survivability in certain content. But that's just my viewpoint. I'm not pressing anything onto you guys. It's up to you how you feel and stuff. His leader skill is pretty decent, 50% boost to attack and max HP. It's all around like how we have it with Vern, Silas, and whoever else. Enormously boosts BB attack, adds probable spark crit, and considerably boosts BB gauge when damage dealt has exceeded a certain amount. Now honestly, this is pretty decent because you can just keep shooting up damage, especially if you compile him up together with Rayla. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the video whereby Ushi has done, whereby he had hit the damage cap with Carlon and Rayla, but apparently in global that's not possible to hit the damage cap because for one, we're having issues with her extra skill right now currently, so we'll just have to wait until that's fixed to hit the damage cap once again. Other than that, let's take a good look at his BB and SBB. It's all pretty decent. His BB is 14 combo dark attacks on all foes, huge boost to attack and considerably boost BB attack for 3 turns, boost elemental base damage for 3 turns, and probable slight HP absorption when attacking for 3 turns. Now, you guys may be wondering, boost element base damage. Well, thing is, you can pair him up with anyone else that can give you a total of 6 elements and it would help because you're dealing more damage wise. So overall, he's great for that nuking purpose. Now let's move on to his SBB. 18 combo powerful light and dark attack on all foes. Powerful additional attack on turns end for 2 turns. Hugely boost BB attack and attack for 3 turns. Boost elemental base damage for 3 turns and probable spark crit for 3 turns. Now, you may be wondering, his SBB, oh, it's no big deal. It's just the usual 400% mod. Nope, you got that wrong. Carlon has 50% extra compared to everyone else. He has 450% with SP options enhanced for his BB attack boost. Now you may think that it's only 50%. It's not going to do that much. By right, it does make a big difference. Every percentage does make a difference. If you said that it was 300 from 400, that's quite a fair bit of a difference. But 50%, if you think that's not a big deal, it's kind of pretty much of a big deal. Other than that, let's move on. His UBB 22 combo massive light and dark attacks on all foes, enormously boost attack for 3 turns, probable spark crit for 3 turns, and enormous damage reduction for 2 turns. Now, I never tested his UBB, so I wouldn't know what capabilities it has. But other than that, he's great. I would say he's a great semi-nuker. I really do not look down on him. He's a slot efficient unit that can be put in here and there whenever you like. But just make sure that you don't have buff clashes, because that stuff ain't good. Unless if it's on the same percentage or slightly smaller or bigger, then that wouldn't be too much of a big deal. Now let's move on to his enhancements. Whoops, sorry. Okay, now we have Carlon's parameters boost. We have 50% attack and 30% boost to max HP. Now, this is pretty decent because that's when you can get your semi-nuking right there. I personally wouldn't recommend the 50% boost to attack, and rather you take the spark damage boost, because that's where all your damage is going to be kicking in and stuff. I would, in my usual account that I used, would be I put 30% boost to max HP, 50% boost to spark damage, and 70% boost. It's basically this exact same Carlon. That's my build. Okay? So, the reason why you take Spark is because you have Spark buffers. We have Zero, we have Elza, we have Vern. Okay? Elza honestly can be a good pair with Carlon overall, because if you do not take Spark crit on her SP options, that's fine, because basically Carlon can cover that up with her altogether. And so we have these two options that were taken because you want to deal more damage, because attack stat over spark damage is really a big difference. Attack stats, we will explain this in mechanics in the next few videos, because explaining attack and how multipliers work is gonna be a lot harder for us, but it'll be easy to explain later on in the game. I'll be explaining 5 simple basic mechanics today. Other than that, we can also boost his spark damage to 100%. That's great. We have BB gauge boost BC efficiency. Okay, I'm pretty sure all of you have noticed that's a typo error. It could have just meant efficiency. So that's fine. But it costs 10 SP points. But honestly, I feel that if you pair him up with Sirius or Felice, he would go pretty well with an infinite SPB move all the time. Other than that, let's move on to the next one. Enhances SBB success rate of spark crit effect. Okay, now explaining on Carlon's effects right then and there. Originally on his SBB, it's 30% chance. You may think it's pretty low, but spark crit is kind of low in the game right now. We haven't gotten a full-blown spark crit unit yet. Although we're waiting on it. It could be released in the next 2 weeks. I wouldn't know. Honestly, I've heard rumors about the next batch coming in, Hisui and Shura, in about 2 weeks. I'm not entirely sure on this. Do not take my word for it. I'm just stating it out. They could be coming within 2 weeks or slightly later on. Now let's move on. As I said earlier, BB, SBB and UBB BB attack boost. Now that 100% does make a big difference actually. So pretty much overall, Carlon is good. Now, next one, adds considerable attack boost relative to max HP to BB and SBB. Now this is pretty decent, but I would rather you not waste your 50 points on that and go for the BB attack boost, because essentially attack based on max HP isn't that too much of a difference, although it does help, I admit. But the problem is that you can only have one conversion at a time for each stat. One conversion, okay? Then we have another one. Adds damage boost to light dark type effect to BB and SBB. That's fine. Okay, honestly, that's fine. Overall, it's great. It's not too bad. But likewise, you wouldn't need it because he already covers that on his SBB and BB. So I don't see the point in this. But later on, I will find out and explain to you guys further. And the next SP option enhances BB and SBB elemental damage boost effect. Honestly, this is great because if you pair him up with a 6 element unit like Zeruiah or Eladon, usually I wouldn't say that you want to pair him up with Eladon because Eladon already covers that, so that would be kind of a clash right there. So that's fine. So I would recommend saying Zeru. Zeru doesn't have that. They both go together. It's just an all-rounder thing. But that's just my opinion then again. Okay? So now, moving on. Right now, the squad that you guys have been looking at is the squad that I'm gonna use to clear the Arc Grand Gaia Chronicles right now. Whereby, so I'm sure some of you are having issues, but the thing about that GGC is that you only need to survive. The only thing you need is survivability in that fight. I mean, overall it's great. It's not too bad. I mean, just to get Oracle Bangles, it's worth the trouble. Right now, honestly, I'm debating on whether on using an arc with Oracle Bangles, because I'm trying to show you guys on how to clear it without the Oracle Bangles first. Now, thing is, my friend Hamza has now texted me and he has mentioned elemental weakness damage doesn't work with buffed elements. I need to recorrect that. I'm sorry about that, guys. It only works for base elements. I'm sorry, I thought it worked. I thought it would stack. Thank you, Hamza, for the correction. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so now moving on. Let's go. Right now we have the Forbidden Tablets dungeon, whereby I get all good stuff and move on towards the Arc GGC. Okay, right now we're just looking at these leads. So I'm probably gonna look at this arc. By the way, double arcs do not stack with each other. Let me make this clear. Double arcs do not stack with each other. Okay? The only thing that doesn't stack would be more or less the mitigation when you're doing the hit when you have taken a certain amount of damage. That does not stack. I'm making it clear right here and right now. It does not stack. It's not that you're gonna get the extra 20% bonus mitigation from both of them. It's not gonna work. Honestly, it's not. Okay? Right now, I'm just upset that there was someone out there in the gameplays that we all know, majority of us know. I would say his name, but please do not take a hatred on him. I do not want you guys to hate him. It's probably just a mistake, but people have corrected him multiple times and yet he still kept on pushing it. Okay, Ushi Gaming is, for one, good in some sense, but overall I would say it's not entirely good to begin with. I personally dislike Ushi because he gives wrong info to people, and I do not like that personally at all. I really do not. I really hate how his guts are like that. But other than that, I'm digressing from the main topic. The reason why I just changed my lead to Ensa is because, as I said, Arc double lead does not stack. I'm using Ensa here for more or less the damage wise. You'll be thinking, okay, damage wise. Thing is, reconsider that, because Arc GGC, you need to be able to take hits. You need to be able to take hits constantly. Okay? So other than that, the reason why I'm not using Juno lead is because you do not need a Juno lead for this. It is not a must. Although, it's pretty nice if you have her for it. Okay? Now, I'm gonna start. Okay, now we have Arc and Gang. Okay, in the first fight, it's best, since you see this amount of enemies, I'd rather play safe. I would Fujin my mitigator at this point. The whole fight, this first fight, hinges on only your defense. Do not worry about dishing out damage. You do not have to worry about that, because eventually they'll all commit suicide. I am not joking. You can inflict ailments here, but Renon will clear them. But then again, it is good to have ailments active. Okay, other than that, I'm just gonna leave it on auto. It's not gonna be too much of a problem. My gameplay is just gonna keep on going. Since we have two turn mitigation in the game, it's fine. It's nothing that I don't have to worry about. Okay, now back to the topic. We're gonna go into the very first BF Mechanics log that was created by Hamza. Okay, BF Mechanics log 1. I'm pretty sure you guys know about units that does damage based on their HP. An example would be Rize. Rize is a total example of what we're gonna talk. Rize is gonna be mainly how we're gonna change the gameplay in F8, in Frontier Hunter, and in other senses. It's pretty good. Rize and other units like her have BB modifiers that increase as you increase their HP. Means that if you have a 50% HP sphere on Rize, who has a 650% BB mod increase based on HP, it'll increase her BB mod by 15% off 650%, which is technically 97.5%. So that means that Infidelity Orb, 15% all stats and 100% to spark damage, has pure damage potential on Rize than Delusion Device, which has 100% attack and 100% spark damage. Definitely it does, because she works around HP, so it's debatable. Now, another thing that I would like you guys to see is conversions. I purposely use Juno Sito for this case because of conversions. Okay, you guys may be wondering. Conversions, not a big deal, not something I should be caring about. Conversions make a big difference in this whole entire game. Okay, I'm not saying it's a must, but it's pretty decent that they have such. Right now, I'm sorry I didn't get to show you guys what spheres and what SP options I took on all of them. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. I was too into it. Then again, moving back. Now let's take a good look at conversions. Okay, we have the resonance buff. We get resonance buffs from cross sparks. I'll explain this in future videos. Other than that, we have these buffs, decreases damage and whatsoever. Okay, usually they do not state whereby how much defense you have boosted and stuff, the game doesn't state out flat. It's best you go onto BF Wikia or find out from people how many percentage there is for here and there. Right now you're looking at a Juno Cito with decent stats. The original base defense of Juno was 6k when I did it. I didn't get to show you guys, I'm sorry, I'll show you guys after this. Other than that, we'll move on to the next set. BF Mechanics Log 2, Basic Conversions. A conversion buff takes a percentage of one stat and converts it to another stat. An example would be boost attack relative to defense, as I mentioned. A few important things to note about them are a conversion from one stat will not decrease the stat it converts from. Okay? So for example, a defense to attack conversion will increase the attack but will not decrease your defense at all. Conversion stack with your normal attack buffs, your normal stats buffs. So if you already have a defense buff active, a defense conversion will add even more defense on top of that. It's not one or the other, you can have both. It works just fine. You can only convert once at a time to each stat. So using an attack to defense buff would override an active HP to defense buff. The most recent one is kept. Okay, basically the burst orders. That's why we have burst orders now to choose who we want to burst at first and who not to burst. But continuing from that, by having an attack to defense and a defense to attack conversion together is okay, because it both stacks, but it basically just stays there, but it can be overwritten later on if it ever came down to the conclusion of that, but that's fine. Okay? Oops. Okay? A conversion from a stat includes the base value of the stat and the regular stat buffs, but does not include any other conversions. I know this isn't very clear, but the example should clear it up, whereby I'm using Juno for this, whereby she's converting from recovery, if I recall. I'm not too entirely sure, but that's that. So for example, a defense to attack conversion will factor in only your base defense, including your defense buff. But the increased defense from a HP to the defense buff wouldn't further increase the defense to attack conversion. Conversions do not stack over each other's conversions. It doesn't work that way. But normal boosting stats does work together with these, if I recall. I know that the way conversions work isn't that obvious, so if you're confused about any part of them, do comment below. I'd be happy to clear up any questions you might have about them. Also, if there are any mechanics if you want me to cover later on, please do let me know. I'm not sure. I am restricted right now of my time because I have something to do after this. I am not gonna say what it is. Basically, it's just that any mechanics you guys want me to cover, I will do my best to cover it up. Me and my colleagues will try to cover it up as much as we can. Okay, BF Mechanics Logs 3. Conversion buffs are what they are called active buffs, which means they update actively as the converted from stat is changed. So that means that if you use an attack to defense conversion and then use an attack buff after that, then the attack buff will factor into the defense conversion even though you activated it after the conversion. For HP conversions, do note that the conversion values are based on max HP, not current HP. So technically they are not active in the same way. Okay, now here's another thing. I'm pretty sure you guys would have noticed this really easily. The difference between barriers and shields. Okay, right now we only have, if I recall, Tridon with the shield buff, whereby everyone else has the barrier buff. Even though barriers and shields sound similar, they are actually very, very different. Both add an extra layer of HP to your units, but they work in different ways and they can stack with each other. Now that's the bright side to it. Barriers always have 0 defense, while shields have a fixed non-zero defense. So a 3000 HP shield can technically absorb more damage than a 3000 HP barrier would. Shields can be buff wiped by bosses, but barriers cannot. This makes barriers especially useful for harder trials where bosses regularly buff wipes units. Now, I'm moving on to the next one. Defense buffs. Okay, some of you guys definitely might have gotten it wrong. I do not blame you guys, it's fine. In general, every individual hit taken is reduced by a third of your defense, which is basically defense divided by 3. This applies to anything that doesn't have defense ignore and isn't fixed damage or fixed HP. For example, if a unit has 3000 defense and is damaged by a one hit 10,000 damage attack, the attack will be reduced by 3000 divided by 3, which would be 1000. So you'll take 9000 damage. But if that same 10,000 damage attack was broken up into 2 hits, 5000 each, then each hit would be reduced by 1000, becoming 4000 each. So you take 8000 damage. 2 things to note about defense. Mitigation is applied after defense. Number 2, defense can't reduce a hit below 1 damage. So if defense reduces a 1000 damage attack by 5000, then it will be reduced to just 1 damage, not negative 4000. Okay, another thing that I would like to bring up about is, it's another thing that my friend Hamza has done. Okay, there is evidence that we have done this. You might call us crazy and stuff. He has done a trial run with only 2 7-star units on Tilith, with the possibility of hitting 100% mitigation buff, if I recall, guard mitigation buff. Okay, we're on the topic of guard mitigation over here. Guarding stacks multiplicatively with normal mitigation. Normal guarding provides 50% mitigation. So if you have 50% normal mitigation and you are guarding, that would make it in a total of 75% mitigation in total. Guard miti is especially nice, since unlike regular mitigation, there is no way to buff wipe it. Literally no way. There are 3 main ways to increase guard mitigation. Leader skill by Gazia, Mikhail, and other units. Spheres, adaptation jewel, illusion gizmo. Illusion gizmo as in the raid sphere, not the one that you get from FG. FG as in Frontier Gate. Now third, guard miti buffs by Magrus, Mikhail. Pretty sure we all have that covered. Now that's all there is to the mitigations I have for today right now, because I'm not going to go into full details, otherwise I'm going to end up digressing from the main topics that we have right now. So let's move on. Okay, right now here's the point whereby it's coming to the turn whereby they are about to die. When they ask Ark to run, something is gonna happen. It's gonna be a full-on nuke or wipe, if I recall correctly. But you'll see this by yourself. I'm not sure, I never was able to kill them straight on, so I'm not sure whether it's possible to kill, like, as in kill them once they're revived. I've never been able to do that because I never paid attention to my past run for my Ark GGC. I'm really sorry. Okay, now that's the special move that we have. They got nuked. Okay, that's fairly decent. It's not too bad. Now is when the convo start. Now this is just a total waste of time in my eyes, honestly. It's a total waste of time in my eyes. Okay. Now you may be wondering, why did I talk about Kalon and Merlot earlier? Well, I'm gonna be putting them to a test after this. You guys will be shocked at how attack down really helps in this game. Now, we have this fight. We're gonna have Medina die at some point here. And we will have... Right now in this fight, Dion is the main damage dealer in this whole entire fight, which is pretty annoying. Yura will have 0% HP at a certain point, but you can't kill him for some reason. Usually now, I need to say this, HOT will counter Yura's DOT. HOT is a really important factor nowadays that we have in the Brave Frontier community. It's really important nowadays. Ark does not do anything yet at this point. And other than that, you need to check Dion's buffs from time to time because he will reflect damage at a certain point. Other than that, let's continue. Dion, after 4 turns, Yura will commit suicide. Okay? Nothing too big, nothing too small, not a big deal. Dion will dish out several AoEs at once if he wants to. Okay? It's not by threshold, it's not by whatsoever. He will just randomly deal it out. At 25% or below, Dion will commit suicide too. Activate UBB 75% mitigation buff before this happens because of the reason below. Graden's 7-star will help this tremendously. Ark will transform to his 7-star form and then do a massive AoE attack in the process. Okay, right now we're not going to go too much into details of what the second phase will do. And basically I'll just say, keep your mitigators BB gauge up as long as you can. Just keep mitigating, just keep going. And you'll have to tank damage for about 3 turns into the second phase. Then you might want to guard all or UBB all or UBB guard, because for one, in the lore they had stated that Lucius will attack up with a special attack. This would happen really unexpectedly, but as I said, it will happen on turn 4 of phase 2. So at this point, right now, we just have to worry about getting Dion down to death. By the way guys, if you guys wish to contact me on whatsoever for clarifications or anything, please do come text me on Facebook. I only reply to Facebook only at all times because I used to use WhatsApp Messenger, but in order to do this stream, I had to uninstall it. So I apologize for that. Please forgive me on this. Other than that, please do clarify with me questions. Do ask me anything. I would be more than glad to help. And honestly, joining BFA would be a very good option right now because we have lucky draws, as I mentioned earlier. And I haven't discussed with my colleagues yet. I wish to think about talking to them about a certain something special for this channel and see whether it will be a good idea to do it. Other than that, I stray away from the topic. Now Dion is about ready to die at this point, so we will have to get ready the UBB mitigation sooner or later, but we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait for. We'll have to wait. I just hope I don't hit the 25% HP threshold because he would do a nuke. Because Dion will die here after you hit 25%, and a nuke will happen by Arc when he changes his form. Apparently, it looks like I kind of screwed it up. Oh, doesn't seem like it. Okay. I haven't done this in a long time. I'm only doing this for your own entertainment, for all you players out there, for only purely your entertainment, and for everything else, for info and whatsoever. Other than that, please do ask us any questions. There is also another thing I would like to pinpoint out. We have the Thief God Zel Knight page. That is where we have done crazy testings in the past, whereby we have taken things to a whole new level. Okay, we did a zero testing whereby if Zero had held a most Bravest Blades and Bravest Blades combo and using his UBB, you'd basically be doing a lot more damage because his UBB is based on how low his HP is, and that's really honestly, it's great at how big of a damage you can do with just Bravest Blades. Okay, that we did this testing some time back. Okay, now I will need to do a UBB at this point to survive the nuke. I'm going to use Arc's UBB at this point right now. Guys, do please ask me any questions right now if you want to, because I am free to oblige and obliged to reply to whatever you guys have to say. So please do. Whoops. Okay, now you guys may be wondering why my hairstyle is kind of funky, but let's just say I kind of like the color red and plus whatsoever. Now, I just saw someone asking me help on a Kana Master fight. Okay, Kana Master fight. Please do inbox me about this. Go and find me on Facebook, Kiefer Che. You will find me right then and there. Okay. You'll find me on Facebook. Please do PM me. I am going to check your comment right now because I'm on my mobile phone trying to stream. I do not have the correct materials yet. I am sorry. Okay, apparently I can't see your messages, so please do find me on Facebook and text me about it. I will do my utter best to answer all your questions. Other than that, I can tell you guys what I did with my okay, Freezy Novel, no problem at all. Just let me know. I'll get it over and done with soon enough. Now, if you notice, I'm on turn 6 right now with Arc's fight. I haven't been keeping track, so I need to keep an eye out. I'm not sure whether you can kill Ark at this point. I really am not sure. I just hope that I survive this at this point. I know I have to tank his hits and stuff, but then again, you need to reconsider that we have general issues with the fact that Lucius will come in with his nuke. Okay, I'm a guy that likes to play safe. Other than that, please don't tell me what I'm supposed to do and stuff, because I have reviewed this well enough. I do not like being told on what to do. I read guides, I have completed it before. Thank you, Hamza, for pinpointing it out. I really did not see that one. I forgot about that, about what we discussed earlier. So thank you for pinpointing that out. Okay, so this is where I use the Hero Crystal to overdrive Juno. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I am not a professional at this. It's my first time streaming. Please do forgive me. Do forgive me for this. I really am sorry if I have disappointed you guys. I just recently joined the F2pingus, by the way. So I'm sorry about that. Other than that, please do get back to me and stuff. Okay, that's when the magical hit comes in. Now we just have to wait until it's cleared. And we're more or less done with the content of Ark. Okay. Right now, we'll be jumping on to something that you guys would definitely not expect, but it's something that Hamza devised and gave me an idea on, because I brought up the topic of why not we do something based on Merlot and Kalon. So I was like, okay, that sounds good, honestly. Not too bad, not too bad. Kaparos, yeah, apparently I do not have all the materials yet. I am intending to get them somewhat soon. Right now, I have to deal with mobile device, because honestly, there was another F2pingu that was supposed to do this video with me, but he is not free at the moment, and nor do I have the materials to do everything. Okay, now we won't be using party 2 and party 3 squads. Okay, we're leaving those out. Right now, we're looking at... Wait a second. Yeah, right now we're looking at Ark, Sirius, Lara, Kalon, and Merlot. Apparently, Lara in this case, she does not have mitigation. We are not going for mitigation in this fight. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the Bravest Blades clear. Okay, take my word for it. We are not using any mitigation in this case. We're just gonna be going full-blown attack on this, because I feel like we should show you on what Merlot can do with Kalon himself. Other than that, we already went through Kalon's and Merlot's SP options. This is what Sirius has. This is what Arc has. We have that and 6 elements. Okay, now we're gonna select a helper. I feel that using Ensatea is better in this case because it basically shows how much capabilities that Merlot has in this fight. So we have all the items ready. Please excuse the goddess idols. We are not using any of that in this trial. We won't be using any we would be barely using any items. We would probably use one Fujin, and that's about it. So other than that, guys, shoot me any question you guys like. I will answer it. Now you guys may be wondering, I stay in the USA, but my accent is slightly different. Is because I just moved here from Singapore just last year. Okay, yes, Caparos, what can I do? Limrui, wow, okay. Much rude, okay. I'm just gonna take any hatred from you guys. If you guys really hate me to a point, I'm really sorry. But it's an honest fact. If you guys really hate me, just flat out tell me because I'm not gonna bother. Other than that, yeah, JH was supposed to do it with me. Apparently I do not have the current materials yet, as I've said. I apologize for that. So I will do my best to fix that problem ASAP. Other than that, if you guys just keep on shooting up with the questions, I'll answer it. Apparently Limrui had cussed out at me. I do not want to go into details what he said. He cussed out at me, so I just gave him a straightforward answer like, oh, okay. That's why I gave that reaction. Yeah, I kind of blurred out right now, I'm sorry. Okay, at this point right now, you're just seeing Owen just get smacked in the face and we're only taking 1 damage the whole entire time. Now here is the scary part that you guys have to think about also. When you guys use this squad for this content, I wouldn't say like it's a big deal or not. Honestly, breaking barriers is really old. There's nothing much it's one of the best things that I can test out this squad at. It's not too bad. Apparently Lilith just does a lot here. I'm pretty annoyed by that because she doesn't have attack down, but now she's gonna end up suffering with the attack down right now, and you get to see Merlot and Kalon's powers in this case. Okay, paralyzing Lilith would apparently fix the issue. will apparently fix the issue of whereby she won UBB just like that. All you have to do is just keep her paralyzed and she can't do anything. It's the same that's the same thing as the dark dragon that it was supposed to appear, but apparently I had killed Owen right before that. Okay, now thing is, I'm gonna avoid using Ansatea's BB after 2 turns because there is a glitch apparently for RTs that it wouldn't work and he would end up healing back more than what he took from everyone else. I'm pretty annoyed by that because I wanted to keep going with a 50 hit RT. Now you guys would see how much damage I'd be taking from this. I'm taking only ones. I'm barely taking any damage. This is without mitigation, guys. Merlot is good for this. We have Sakura Miku. Sakura Miku and Ensa work really, really well. Okay, now Gra, it needs to get inflicted by ailments, otherwise he's gonna do Apocalypse Zero on me. So I do not want to risk death at this point. And he has mitigation at this point, but apparently we will have Febros probably dying this turn when you're supposed to kill him within 2 turns. Apparently I've been doing too much damage. It happened in the earlier run when I was testing it, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. Still taking ones as usual, nothing too big. Any questions, just keep. Yep, Kaparos, exactly. Damn, son. Yeah, I'm sorry if this video is taking too long, but I just wanted to showcase to you guys how it goes and stuff. In my earlier run when I did it, Ryut apparently hadn't had a chance to appear to begin with. So I had to take a leader skill lock to the face. Apparently now I'm not taking a leader skill lock to the face for that. So it's pretty fine with me. He's probably gonna end up doing it because I'm not doing enough damage now. But that's fine. Okay, see? It's not too much of a problem. He just said that he hasn't done anything yet. He would probably be able to lock my leader skill. But that is if I can deal enough damage to him, which I doubt is possible. He has done the leader skill lock on me. I do not mind personally. It's nothing serious. Normal attacks here would just kill him off. It's fine because his HP was low enough. As you can see, I skipped quite a fair bit of buffs over here, of things that were supposed to happen. Now we're gonna be facing these 2 old men. We're gonna change Thea to pure BB for the rest of this fight. Okay, at the start of the fight, it's fine to just burst with everyone, but once you see Gra hit 50% there, that's when the situation comes in whereby you can only burst 3 times in a turn. Any more questions, guys? Please do shoot it out. Okay, I'm trying my best to be entertaining, but I'm kind of camera shy. If you guys can see, honestly, I hate myself for that. I really do. But then again, this whole Brave Frontier thing is not based on me. It's about giving to you guys out there that want the help. Personally, I'd say in the past, I'd never help people, but ever since I came to know of these people in my general community for Brave Frontier, I decided that, well, maybe being nice isn't gonna be too hard anymore, because everyone around me just happens to have positive vibes. We're all pretty chill with each other and stuff. Other than that, we're just a small community. Other than that, if you guys have any questions, just shoot. I am not gonna make any jokes, because if I make any jokes, I'll make a really crude joke and it wouldn't make any sense to some of you guys out there. So yeah. Other than that, as you can see, we're still taking ones, even though you guys know that usually Gra is pretty much in this fight. We always had to fear the problem with these issues in the past. I mean, generally it's fine, but it's fine now because the OE era, the Omni era is around. But I have seen people who are still unable to clear breaking barriers even though they cash. So I don't know what to say for them. I can understand those that are lazy and they just want to do it to just get gems straight off the bat. I really understand that. Right now I'm just gonna be safe. I'm gonna keep it at 3 bursts per turn. Now this is where the annoying part kicks in. Status ailment reflex. I honestly hate where this is going. Exactly. Okay, now I need to clear off the ailments of Ensa. As you guys can see, I'm still taking ones, 16 here and there. Any other questions, guys? Okay, this is when Gra is just being a total asshole. Okay, currently right now in the Omni era, we just have access to so much things that we don't have to bother too much. Whoops, almost had an error right then and there. Wait, what? Kuyuk, yes, Kuyuk is really good for this fight. Honestly, from what I have done in the past, Kuyuk is really decent. You can watch our old breaking barriers clear video. It was a 7 minutes clear video. It was pretty much cheesing the whole entire fight. That video was done by JH, I would say. So now we're just gonna end this on a high note. I'm probably just gonna leave this on auto since Gra is dead. I don't have any BB restraints. I do not have to use any Fujins. It's pretty decent. No problem, no problem. Just shoot any questions you have. I will answer it as much as I can. Other than that, if you guys wish to see other content cleared easily, we could do that, or we could show you challenges that we have done before. We have done pretty crazy stuff to a point whereby we have done 100% Mitty at all times. Now this part is a glitch. Everyone bursts at the same time, but it just shows one person bursting. Honestly, there is no issue to that. And there you have it. It only took 9 turns to clear the last fight. That was already pretty fast, especially since it is the Omni era and without mitigation. Generally, I would say mitigation is best you have it, because content such as later on, I would say is probably the Genius Trial. The Genius Trial is something crazy I have not attempted yet. When I'm done with most of my units, I'm gonna do my first clear of it on stream, live stream, on how I'm clearing it. So it's probably gonna end up pretty bad. I'm sorry if I failed at it or whatsoever. Please do let me know what else I can help you with, or any of us F2pingus. We will do our best to entertain you guys and keep it ongoing as long as we can. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned.